I've been to see the preacher man.
A preacher man? You must be losing your mind.
I can just tell you that the early stages of my relationship with Ike before we became involved emotionally with a marriage and a relationship. He was a very special, very loving person. It only started much later in Ike's life that he was always at a mean streak, in a fighting streak from the early days. None of what you're reading in the book was just brand new. He was always that way. You can accept people when they are that way. I think people accepted him because that was his personality. He was that way from the beginning. But people loved Ike. He had friends. He had people that loved him. And that hopefully, I hope still do. But, you see, they didn't perceive his treatment as... I don't know what those spells are, Bobby. I know about power. Whatever his power was, I don't know. I didn't have that one. I had another one. Mine was friendly with a smile and with laughter. His was with a fist, you know. And he still held people with that. I held my friends and my life together with happiness. And he was angry.
You were hit with wire hangers, shoe trees, boiling water, punched, broken ribs. He made you perform with tuberculosis. I have to say that people that are going to read this book are going to say, Tina, why didn't you get out of there? Why didn't you just get out of there? Smack him one side the head and leave.
You wouldn't have to smack him. You'd have to shoot that one. I tried to get out a few times, and I didn't succeed. And then I became afraid that if I tried to get out and I got caught, the same thing would happen again, right? So you see, I felt trapped. And so then I began to realize that, well, that's in the book where I explained that I tried to take my life because I didn't see a way out. Why don't you walk out? You can't walk out until you're truly ready. And until you're truly ready, I mean, not just angry. Because when you're angry, then you cool off, and then it's different. You got to cool off and still feel the same way. That's when you're really fed up and when you know that the way out is through the door, because nothing is more important than your own life.
How did you get the courage to write this book?
It wasn't about courage. Some people went ahead and started writing things that was not true. Then came to management that something had been released that when I said I left with 36 cents, that I was searching for sympathy, and that's how I got my success of What's Love Got to Do with It. And that is what really sparked me to really write the book, just to let people know that I'm not asking for sympathy, and I never asked. I mean, how dare you? You don't even know me to make a statement like that. It was a bit of anger and feeling that it's time.
But you're not bitter.
Yeah. I laughed about my life while I was there in it. I had to stay sane. I laugh about it now, as tragic as it was. I have forgiven. I have forgiven, and I have gone on with my life. Everything that was done to me, I received it, I accepted it, and I have gone past it. And I don't hold any grudges from anyone that what was done, because obviously there must have been some reason for them and for me to have gone through something that dramatic.
I've been taking on a new direction, but I have to say...
Tina Turner has gone on with her life. In 1984, she won 3 Grammys. Her Private Dancer album went multi-platinum, and her latest, Break Every Rule, debuted on the charts this week. For a woman who seems on top of the world, there is one thing missing.
I'm looking for love. I'm not looking for a companionship. I mean, now that I have secured myself financially, I'm not looking for a man to take care of me. I'm looking for a man to love me, and a man that I can love, and that we can both love enough that we don't have to deal with any securities. It's a man.
Funny, I just heard a bus pull up with...
Bus love.
I just heard some honking up.
They're going to line up now, right?
Male voice.
But that's the truth. But I'm not rushing it, because I don't have to rush it. I'm busy. I'm successful. My marriage is my work right now in my home, and again, my family. And I think that if that man entered my life right now, someone would be forgotten. And I think there's things to be taken care of before that happens, because when it happens, forget it, I'm gone.
You're